Welcome to my small video about making Kiddy invisible glitch, and I will try to explain what happens here, as far as I can think of what happens here, because of course I don't know, but that's what I imagine and what I assume happens here. So as you might see, I'm in Coindozer collision right before the end at the G. You see this nice bazooka here, and we will try to force him pushing Kiddy out of bounds, or just into the gap in front of me before Dixie touches the ground after a team throw. This might take me some tries, so I will just make a save state here to be easier. I use this like green spot on the ground as a visual key on where to stand. I will just do this, and I hope this works. Yeah, this works. So as you might see, Kiddy voided out, but Dixie is still on solid ground. She landed on solid ground. She might seem stuck, but actually she's not. As you might see, we voided out, we got the level lost jingle, and we lose a life. But I press left and right on the D-pad right now, and Dixie reacts to that with a small time issue, as she would normally follow us. So that is, yeah, now we just have lost the stage. I will try to do this again and then perform the real glitch I want to show you. Hope this works. Nope, too early. Let's try this. Nope. This is a little bit tricky. Nope. Alright, there we go. So Dixie tried to follow us, but she couldn't. So now we're again in this weird state. The camera won't scroll though, so Dixie cannot go on further. No, she can. Yeah, she can. But we don't want that, because we don't see anything left or right to us. And left is a gap. But if we just press, and we cannot pause, by the way. Pausing is disabled, because I think the game is in a state of yeah, we can pause as soon as we die, but we're not actually dead. If I just press A for team throwing now, this happens. The camera can scroll again. We don't have any sound because, of course, we count as dead. But as you can see of the sprite, Kiddy is actually there and Dixie is sitting on his back. And we can team throw. I can do anything right now. I can just even play as Kiddy, kill enemies, but without any music. And this is of course not helpful in any way, but it looks just funny. I won't try to go that way, because doing this with Kiddy is fearsome enough, and doing it with invisible Kiddy is even more fearsome. So that's what I don't want to do. Yeah, in fact, this is not helpful in any way, but it just looks a little bit weird. We can team throw again and do weird stuff and throw Dixie and just get her back, and we can even move and roll and jump. And one funny thing is that if we go right back and hang on to a rope, then we appear again. So now Kiddy is back. But as you might have seen, we can grab the rope and we're gone again as long as we let go. Then we're back. But we're still in this weird state of maybe semi-dead. I don't know how to call this, but yeah, we can play the stage right now. It's not really over. If we touch the flagpole, we will be finishing the stage like normal, so all is good. If we suck like me, this happens, and we lose in total. So I would try to show this again, just as a reminder that we can, or proof that we can, like, yeah, finish the stage. But I will make Kiddy visible. Oh, one thing. Let me just wait for. Should be good. No. This is hard to tell when Kiddy's on ground and when not, because he's fat. Try to get this. Yeah, there we go. If I switch conks now, this happens. So Kiddy is actually he's actually there, which is really weird because he just voided out. So we can just go and we can complete the stage. So, now to what I think happens here, why that happens. I assume the game gets like confused because it cannot happen that one Kong voids out and we die while the other Kong is still on solid ground, and that is exactly what happens here. If you see that I make sure to have Kiddy voiding out before Dixie lands on solid ground, otherwise this would happen. Kiddy would just get like pulled to her like the normal team throw mechanic. That's what you might have seen at the beginning of the video when I tried it, but I failed it. Like this, Dixie hit solid ground even before Kiddy voided out. But if we void out with Kiddy before Dixie hits the ground, we are pretty much dead, but we then have a Kong to land on solid ground, and that cannot happen when we void out, because normally the inactive Kong would follow the active Kong into the pit, and both would be considered as dead, I assume. So, in some way, I think we are still able to live because we have one Kong on solid ground. I think that is what the game checks before like fading out the camera to end the stage we just died to. Because we lose a life, but you see the camera won't fade out. The stage stays like active because there is still one Kong on solid ground, which cannot happen usually. So yeah, that is what I think happens here. I don't think this will be of any use for like speedrunning text or stuff. It just looks weird. And one thing I cannot practice this. Doesn't matter. That would be one thing I'd like to show, but maybe in another video. Yeah, so that's it. I don't want to claim this glitch for my own, at least not the the voiding out glitch, because this is what I saw on a YouTube video. But I think the invisible thing, I don't know if someone had that happen before. Cannot tell. But yeah. If you want to do that, have fun with it. Looks really weird. And we will see you again next time. One thing I'd really have to... Okay. There is actually one thing I want to practice right now. What happens if Dixie dies? Because we can move her to the right. We can move her to the right. Normally she would... Okay, she cannot go even further. Can she? No. No. Okay, this doesn't work. Apparently we cannot get any further to make her die on the Munchie guy. So yeah, that's it. Comments, questions, whatever you like, leave it in the comments. Thank you very much, guys, and bye-bye.